Hi there. How are you? It's really late here. It's not really late. It's like, what's the time? Let me have a look at the time. It is 5:15. So I didn't go for my lunchtime walk today. I was so busy today. I had to take my husband to the train station because he's gonna be in London for 3 days, 2 evenings, 3 days. So yeah, I only just had time to record right now on my way back from the train station. I thought, right, first thing I've got to do is turn the camera on, give my daily diary catch up, and here I am. First of all, right, 7 subscribers. Where are you guys coming from? Because I'm not receiving any notifications whatsoever. So if I'm not receiving any notifications, it makes me wonder, are you real, are you not? Because if you remember yesterday, which by the way, if you're real, thank you so much. I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel, I really do. But if you're real, I'm not receiving any notifications at all. So I'm not sure if you remember yesterday, I said officially I've got 3 subscribers, me being one of them, and 2 others which are 100% received notification, right? I've got 7 now. Where are the other 4? So 3, 4. Where are the other 4? Where you guys coming from? I don't know. I have no idea who you are. So I'm not able to celebrate you as a subscriber because I could start celebrating and all of a sudden it isn't real. All of a sudden, who knows, I receive a notification from YouTube saying apologies, we've had some glitch in the system, so we've been accidentally added subscriber to your channel, and it isn't real. So I don't want to be deflated, if you see what I mean. So today in my kitchen, because today's going to be a very short video. I say it's always going to be a short video, and I've noticed it always ends up being an hour or so. But today I think it's definitely going to be a short video. So also an update on my application for British citizenship. Honestly, I get so agitated sometimes. So number one, did I tell you yesterday there's this hiccup with me sending the form, and then afterwards the pictures to my friend who have asked to be my referee, and then I didn't send the pictures, and then I ended up sending the pictures, and the pictures only arrived 2 weeks later, when as a matter of fact I stamped it first class. And if you know, in UK, if you stamp it first class, the letter is meant to arrive the following day. However, it only arrived 2 weeks later. Another issue. So he signed the form, he stuck one of the pictures on the form where he signed, added my details, and he sent it to me. That was Saturday first thing in the morning. And then sometime Saturday, just before midday, he sent me a message saying, "Hi Salvia, by the way," say my name again, sorry. Like I said, you're gonna hear my name so many times, you know, it doesn't really, it's starting not to matter anymore. Anyway, so I say hi. So I've sent the form, signing everything. However, I've realized I have not sent your picture where I've signed, put your name and your date of birth. So I'm going to send it now. I'm going to try to go to post office and send it before the last pickup, the last collection. And I said, great. And I think he did send it before the last collection. However, today's Tuesday. Even if it missed the last collection on the Saturday, the letter should have arrived anyway, because if it wasn't collected on a Saturday, it should have been collected yesterday morning. It should have arrived today, but it still hasn't arrived. So I'm trying not to be too negative. I'm hoping that the picture will arrive tomorrow. And I tell you what, my fingers are crossed, my fingers, my toes, my tongue, everything's crossed, because I've already completed the form. I've completed the form, and I paid the full amount. You know, the one I say is about £1,800. I paid for it. However, I cannot book the appointment where they're going to see the real papers physically. So I'm hoping that the picture will arrive tomorrow. If not, it's going to be such a headache. Honestly, I don't even want to think too much about it. Another thing about the application, I think I mentioned this yesterday, where they don't give you the details of everything you've got to provide. So for example, completing the details about my friends. What do they do for a living? Date of birth, email address. I don't know these things. I mean, they're my friends. I know, I don't even remember. I did mention yesterday, just remember yesterday, I only remember about 6 people's birthdays in my family, 2 of my aunties, my brother, my sister, and 1 of my cousins. That's all I remember. I don't remember anybody else's birthday, right? And then asking my friend's birthday. I'm somebody who's got to be reminded every time whether it's a relative or a friend's birthday, so I can wish them happy birthday. I'll give you an example. Even last year, I'm even embarrassed to say, last year or the year before last, I forgot my husband's birthday. Yes, there you go. I forgot my husband's birthday. Somebody I've been with for 25 years. I've known at least for 25 years. You know, a couple of years ago, I forgot his birthday. The day just went past. I was like, oh my god, forgot his birthday, right? So they asked me to remember my friend's birthday, date of birth, email address, their profession. I know I've got an idea of what they do, but I don't know their job titles. So after bothering my friends, asking them to complete the form, sign them, do whatever, and then send them back to me, then first of all I send a message in the morning. By the way, sorry, do you mind they asking me for your date of birth? They send me the date of birth. Later on, sorry, they ask for this and that, so they send me that. So it's really frustrating to me because I hate bothering people. I absolutely hate bothering people. So having to keep asking for the information, that's not on. I'm sorry, it's not on. Number one, why can't they ask that information on the form which they have to sign and provide reference? You know, and then why can't just make the whole process a lot easier? That frustrated me. So today I had all documents scanned, my P60, my passport, my wedding certificate, my what's it called, indefinite leave to remain, which is this approval that the UK government gives for you to remain in UK indefinitely. So you know, you can leave the country for 5 years, can come back again, no issue. But if you leave for more than 5 years, then you have to apply for it again. So I've had this for, even though I live in the UK since 1995, right? I live in the UK since 1995. Since UK left the EU, I need to apply for this document for me to stay in UK. So I've done my that test when you have to know about the life in UK. They ask you history questions, factual questions, so many things, and that one I just smashed that test. And I tell you what, thanks to my husband, because my husband, you know, he's like this human encyclopedia. He knows everything, and throughout the years, just me filling my head so much information. First time I tried that test, immediately, just test, a mock exam, a mock test, I got 85%. I was like, what? And I remember on the day of the test, I remember I definitely got 2 questions wrong. The other ones, I'm sure I got them right. Well, I believe I got 2 definitely wrong. Perhaps I got them right, I'm not sure. So I believe I got more than 90% on that test, because every mock exam I've been trying, I get 100%, 95%, 98%. Very rarely 80%. Always been above 80%. I mean, very rarely less than 80%. So I passed that test. Unfortunately, they don't give you the results. Actually, they don't give you how much the grade you got on that test. So anyway, I digress. So let's take it back a few steps. So I've got all my documents scanned, ready to upload. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for the pictures to arrive. And then I went through the tick list, the checklist. Guess what they asked? Every single page of passport to be scanned. I get that. I understand it. I understand that. Why didn't they ask for that information beforehand? Why didn't they say you need this, and that? So when you're applying, you've got everything ready. Just ready, upload, there you go, bish, bash, bob, done. Why? It's frustrating me so much. And by the way, I've already paid that money. When I applied for my British citizenship, the form is being submitted. Why then afterwards, they send the checklist, these are the documents you've got to be ready to present, just the scanned documents. Why don't they ask this information way beforehand? So obviously maybe I'm a bit, I don't know. I like to control. I like everything to be right. I like it. I'm somebody who I just like everything to be in order, on time. I'm somebody, if you say we're meeting up at 5 o'clock, I'll turn up at 4:30. The latest. That's the sort of person that I am. So I like to have everything prepared. So I'm really frustrated now because I'm not sure if you watched the previous videos where I said I've been invited to this event in West Africa, in Angola, and that event is on the 2nd or 1st of October. I think it's 2nd of October. I need to check the details. But I haven't bought my ticket yet. Today's 9th of September, and the tickets are going up every day. And I honestly believe if I go to that event, it's going to contribute towards my networking, my career, etc. However, I cannot buy my ticket until I know what the next step is. And I only know when the next step is until I submit the final documents, and once they check them physically. So all this, me applying for this British citizenship, is been taking 4 weeks just because, number one, the post has lost my letters. My friend only got the photos 2 weeks later. And now he sent the photos. The photos still haven't arrived. I mean, I've got everything ready to go. What, that means that I may not end up going to that event. I mean, I was already questioning whether I should go to that event or not. I was contemplating whether I should go to that event or not. But given what's going on, the decision maybe it's already been made on my behalf that I won't be going to this event. So that's really frustrating me. Really frustrating me so much because, yeah, that's really annoying. So anyway, next thing I want to talk to you about. What about tomorrow? I start the first series of things in my life that I've been bottling up for a very long time, and honestly, I believe this is affecting my day-to-day life, my mentally, physically, my relationship. And I tell you why my relationship, because sometimes when my husband and I have a small fallout, this will cross my mind. Oh, that's it, we're splitting up. I'm sure he wants me to leave. We're splitting up, whatever. That's the first thing that crosses my mind. I feel so insecure, and I think I've got this abandonment syndrome. I'm not sure such things exist. If it doesn't exist, I just made it up. I believe I might have some abandonment syndrome because literally I was abandoned for both of my irresponsible parents since I was a kid. I know what my dad looks like because my dad is the part of the family that took me on. So his mother, my grandmother, his dad, my granddad, his siblings, they're the ones who took me on. So I know what it looks like. I've interacted with them in a polite way, because I've been brought up really nicely, really politely by his brothers and sisters and my grandmother and my grandfather. So I've been brought up really in a polite manner. So I was never going to be rude to him. But always been a cold interaction, no more than that. Which is going to be one of the stories I'm going to tell you anyway. My mother, if you put her in front of me, I will not know what she looks like. I won't. Last time I saw her, I must have been around 13 or 14 years old, and she had a lot of money then, because she's was married to this guy who had money, and then she was living in Angola at the time. I used to visit her. I'm just going to give a brief story of my mother, what she did to me, because then the full story is going to be included on the series of my life, this SHIT that happened in my life. So I'm just going to give a brief story of this. So essentially, I used to go to Angola every Christmas. I grew up in Portugal. I moved to Portugal now about 5 years old. I'm going to develop into that as well. My life, honestly, I know that a lot of people had, or even I still have worse lives than mine, but mine hasn't been the great. And people tell me the way I turned up, they can't believe I turned up so well. But it's thanks not just my own strength, my character, also the way I've been brought up. So I used to go spend a weekend with them. I used to go every Christmas to Angola, and then one time I went, and my brother and my sister lived with my dad, sometimes my grandmother's house, and just after Christmas she used to go and pick them up for spend some time with her. And then one of Christmas, I asked her, can I come with you? She said, of course you can, no problem. And I spent 2 weeks with her, and then there's this lady who was selling things. I don't even remember what these things were. I don't remember what they were. You know, I just blanked it out. And I tell you I blanked it out because there's something that picked it up and I loved very much. And I tell you what, she had money, because I saw money in her purse, whatever. Even if she didn't, she would have spoken to her husband and say, listen, husband, my daughter, she lives away from me. Can I buy this for her? And I tell you why I'm telling you this. Because I held something up, and she said, do you like that? I said, yes, I do. I like it very much. Do you really? Yes, I do. Well, if you speak to your aunties, perhaps they'll get it for you. If you speak to your aunties, perhaps they'll get it for you. What about you, mother, who never got me a single gift, who's never done anything for me? Yeah. So from that day, I refused to go and see her again. Because if that's the sort of mother that I'm going to interact with, why? Because I got rejected once again there and then. I felt, it's not that she didn't have money, she did have money, and she bought things for herself. She bought many things for herself. Perhaps she wouldn't have to buy one of the things, not everything, just stop buying yourself one thing and buy that gift for me. No, none of that. Anyway, by the by. So I diverge again. So let's take a few step backs again. So I'm thinking of starting the series tomorrow. And honestly, as I've said to you many times, me recording this, even though I know that many of you are watching me, I feel like nobody's watching me, so I feel more comfortable and opening this up. And it's like me having some form of therapy. So it's really been helping me to align things, put the dots in the T's, dots in the I's, and crosses on the T's. Yeah. So it's really helping me align my mind. Even though it's not the best way, at least it's helping me to get everything out of my chest. Everything's been accumulating. Everything's been feeling insecure about my life, my profession, everything like that. As I've said to you, if you've been watching this from the beginning, I got made redundant in July, and I'm lost. I feel like I have no purpose in life. Honestly, I feel like I have no purpose in life. I've got 2 projects going on, this being one of them, and the other one I will only reveal once is live. So yes, I'm thinking of starting the first series tomorrow, and it won't be all in one go because there's a lot of detail that I want to include. Obviously everything's going to be all over the place. I'm going to try to bring it back and align everything, but forgive me if everything's going to be all over the place. It won't be told in one go. So I'm thinking of starting it tomorrow because I've been waiting for some comments from you guys. To be honest, I'm not sure if you've ever seen the video where I've asked for some comments, for some opinion, you know, some recommendations of how I should start telling the story of my life, right? So I think I'm just going to start tomorrow because yeah, it's going to help me. It's going to help me perhaps because, as I said, I think the events that happen in my life have been extremely destructive. I really do. Yeah. Okay, then that's all for today. Only 21 minutes. I say it's going to be short, didn't I? Please tell me, who are you? The additional 4 subscribers. Like I said, I only know 3 for certain. 1 is me, and 2 are others that I know, and I thank them personally in one of the videos. Say thank you very much. I say thank you for my first subscriber, thank you for my second subscriber, then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th turned up, and I don't know who you guys are. Ain't you my subscriber? Click thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. You don't need to comment, just thumbs up, and at least I'll know that you guys exist. Because at the moment I'm lost. Are you real? Are you not real? Yeah. And again, as I always say, thumbs up if you like this. Oh, I said thumbs up if you're the real subscriber. Thumbs up anyway if you like this sort of content. Thumbs down if you don't. And if you don't, please write a comment and give me some recommendations how I might improve the videos. And if you can, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, that's fine. As long as you thumbs up or thumbs down. I hope there are many thumbs down, but obviously because it's good to know so I can adjust the content. But like I said, this has been really helping me a lot, and then it's also be keeping me consistent, disciplined. Honestly, sometimes I really don't want to do this, but I made a promise to myself and to you guys, especially to you guys. So I'm a person, even I already failed the promise. If you watch one of the previous videos, I'm somebody who likes to keep to my promises. So yeah, right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you very much for watching once again. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. I can't say like the other YouTubers can. So anyway, so you know what I mean, don't you? So yeah, so like, subscribe, and see you tomorrow with the first episode of what did I say I'm gonna call it? I don't remember. Anyway, I'll start with the stroke, and then I may do the stroke, and then I'll see how it moves. But I think the stroke would be a good one to start with. Alright then. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, nice morning, nice afternoon. Have lunch, nice lunch, breakfast, dinner, tea, whatever you are. Have a brilliant day, and remember, if you're feeling sad, you know your own. You know, I'm making these videos for everybody. You know, on your own, feeling sad. There's so many people out there. Some may feel better, some may feel worse. But if you think, this is what I do to myself, this time next year things will be better, and you'll see that things are always better the following year if you tell that yourself. Right then, thank you very much. Bye bye.